You know when someone is just so close to the point and it just goes right over their head?
When Armin talks to him, Aaron reveals that he is still just a fucking idiot that found a lot of power. He even says that word. He says he is a garden variety idiot who fell into a lot of power. And the only answer he has to any of the problems in the world is rage. He says that he is a slave to freedom. He can't escape his very nature, which is just a dumb idiot whose only answer to anything is violence.
Like 2 minutes later.
The choice was basically Aaron commit genocide and save the people that he cares about, or do nothing, go live with Mikasa in a cabin, and let Marley commit genocide, and now the people he cares about are the victims.
I really don't understand where this Aaron, hate. I don't even want to call it hate. I don't understand where this take on Aaron comes from. Oh yeah, he's just an idiot who got a lot of power. And then this guy literally says 2 minutes later, yeah, he only had two choices. Kill or be killed. So how is it idiotic to want to live? And this is why I cannot. And I'm only making this video because Moist Critical is my GOAT. I was always 100% on all of his takes, especially his anime takes. He has so many videos where he talks about how he fucking hates characters basically like Aaron, but in different animes. And I was like, am I gonna really come over here and round up those clips and put that in this video? I decided I'm too lazy. Maybe I'll do it in a couple weeks. But here is a clear case in point where a character was fucking retconned. He says himself, oh, Aaron had two choices, kill or be killed. And then he says, oh yeah, no, he takes the mask off. He's just a dumbass who got a lot of power. He just got a lot of power. And so with that power, since he's dumb and his answer to everything was rage, yeah, he's just gonna kill everyone. Mr. Moist, are you forgetting the chapter where Aaron's in Marley and he's looking for other options than the rumbling? Did you forget the conference that he sat in at and the Marleyan Eldians were like, yeah, no, kill all the Paradisian Eldians. We're the good guys. Peace was never an option. And he knows that. So there's this cognitive dissonance where he knows that Aaron had no other option. Yet he's like, yeah, no, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense. In this chapter alone, Aaron is like, oh yeah, so I saw all these different paths. The only path that led to, you guys living long or Mikasa's choice or whatever the fuck he said was this one where there's a rumbling. And it's like, okay, so we now have two different sources where Aaron says, yeah, I was looking for other options. We even have Aaron in when he's imprisoned after he leads the Survey Corps to Marley and he steals the Warhammer Titan. He grabs Hanji. If there's another way where we don't get wiped off the map, tell me. He grabs the hell out of Hanji, shakes her. Give me another way. Is that a character? I'm sorry, is it me? Is that a character who's just bloodthirsty, who's just a maniacal maniac? That is literally the wrong take. And that is what makes the end so bad. Me personally, I think the first 2/3 of the final episode are gorgeous and are amazing and are great. Where shit falls apart, if Aaron had lost fair and square somehow, right? He's a fucking god. But if somehow they had outsmarted him and ended up killing him and that all made sense and was good, the first 2/3 of the final episode are great, amazing, great storytelling. Fuck, Aaron lost. He lost. Aaron literally, oh my god. And that's why I made my video. If you thought the ending was good, you just forgot you forgot a lot of dialogue in the story. That's why I made my other video. If you thought the ending was good, you forgot a lot of dialogue in the story. Moist Critical says, yeah, Aaron would totally do a Lelouch. It makes total sense that he would do that. Am I gonna perish right now? I literally feel like perishing. Sorry if this video is dramatic. I'm just having an emotional reaction because Moist Critical was my GOAT. And this take is just so bad. The animation's beautiful, and it's easy to get caught up in that. And yes, Isayama did change some things in the manga. He did change some things in the anime that were from the manga that made the ending even worse. Like Armin saying, "Oh, thank you, Eren, for being a mass murderer for our sake," right? He changed that. He changed Paradis getting wiped out in maybe 100 years to Paradis getting wiped out in 1,000 years. Maybe. Who knows, right? There are little things he changed. But some people just are not invested in the characters, right? Mikasa, she, quote, moves on from Eren, yet she dies in the fucking scarf. Like, things like that, people who gave a fuck about the characters individually are upset about. And it's all valid. And so my final word on it is, it's valid to like the ending, right? I even like it too, in a weird way. I fucking like the first 2/3 of the episode. But everything after, the shit with Ymir, I love how Moist Critical didn't have anything to say about Ymir at all. I love how he just skipped over that. He skipped over the burden of love being what stopped the Titan curse. He skipped over that stuff. Conveniently. Because that is the shit that makes it bad. That's the problem. The part you skipped over. And again, obviously there's the parts that Isayama changed from the manga to the anime that did improve the anime, right? Ending. So the manga ending was probably a 2 out of 10. The anime ending is probably a 4. Maybe a 3 out of 10, because it made Eren's character worse. My biggest problem with the way the story ends isn't that my favorite character isn't alive, right? My favorite character is Eren. Surprise. It's not that. It's not that there was no happy ending. It's not that my ship wasn't canon. My biggest problem with the ending is that Eren did not stay true to his character. Eren was not the character we had seen in the previous episodes. Period. And I don't know if I said this already, but Moist Critical forgot that in season 1, Eren said, and I quote, well, okay, Pixis said, "Do you believe the legend that there was this big enemy that humanity got together and came together to defeat, and there was peace?" And Eren's like, "No, I don't believe that. That's impossible. Frankly, that's too rosy. That would never happen," right? So that should tell you right there already that Eren would never do a Lelouch style ending. He would never try that because he knows that shit doesn't work. He knows it's too rosy. And if he changed his mind, we would have needed to see that at some point. Where did he change his mind? What convinced him that it wasn't, that it would work? What in the story changed that? Nothing. The answer is nothing. And so then the story contradicts itself once again. Eren sits in the blood, water, whatever with Armin, and he says, "Oh yeah, I was literally trying to kill everyone. But you guys stopped me. So you ended up saving 20% of people. But I was trying to kill everyone." Which means he wasn't trying to do a Lelouch. But in the same fucking episode, he says, "Oh yeah, this is all so you guys could be heroes." And then in the same fucking episode, "Oh, who knows why I did it?" In the same fucking episode, "Oh, I did it so I could see this site." He's literally 12 different people in one. When literally all the other chapters, all the other episodes in this series, he gives a clear, concise reason as to why he's doing what he's doing. "I'm doing this to protect the people of Paradis. I'm doing this because I'm not going to leave Paradis' future up to fate. I'm doing this because anytime somebody tries to take my freedom, I'm going to take theirs." Very much in line with what we saw. One episode, all of that's flipped on its fucking head. And that is why it's not good. That is why the writing is not good. Which isn't me saying you can't like it. You can like it. But you're not going to sit here and say it's the best fiction of all time. You're not going to sit here and say it's better than Code Geass, whatever. You're not going to do that. Because it's not. You can say you like it more than Code Geass, whatever. You can say you like it more than Death Note, more than Breaking Bad. You can say all of that stuff. You can say it's your favorite series in the world. But you can't deny that they fucking retconned Eren. And you can't deny that there's writing flaws and inconsistencies and shit that isn't explained. How the fuck did Mikasa know Eren was in the mouth? How the fuck did she know that? Explain to me that. If you can explain nothing else, if you can explain no other plot hole in the story, how did Mikasa know that Eren was in the mouth? And before you say that's a little detail, that's nitpicking, blah, 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 that is literally what allows them to beat Eren. That's the very thing that allows them to get the upper hand on Eren and kill him. How the fuck did she know that? Don't you think it's important to show that to the audience? Who's watching this shit? Who invested 10 years into this shit? And Eren saying, oh, I'm an idiot. That's why it ended like this. There's no other reason. That is Isayama being meta. That's him saying, oh, I'm a dumbass and I couldn't write a better ending for my own story. That is meta commentary right there. And he's using Eren as a mouthpiece for it. And it's, whatever. Anyways, that is it for this video. Sorry, I wasn't even going to make another video today. But since Moist Critical was my GOAT, I'm just kidding. He's still cool. It's just disappointing. It's just disappointing.
その時に誰かが言ったそうな。もし人類以外の強大な敵が現れたら、人類は一丸となり争いをやめるだろうと。お主はどう思うかの？
言い伝えがあるんですか？それは随分とのんきですね。あくびが出ます。
しもわしと同じで品性がひん曲がっておる。
ここまで追い詰められた今でも一つになったとは言い難い状況だと思いますので。